Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. My name is Nurkhodijah and I'm from Satu Padangsidimpuan. And here I want to tell you storytelling about the Little Red Riding Hood. Once upon a time, there lived a little girl. This girl wore Red Riding Hood at all times. That's why everybody used to call her Little Red Riding Hood. Darling! Yes, Mommy. You know your grandmother is ill. Would you take her the cookies I baked and a fresh herb I picked from the wood? Of course, Mommy. I will. This little girl, with her riding hood as always, started her journey to her grandmother's house. Do not leave the road at the bunny for us, sweetheart, said her mother as she was leaving. Little Red Riding Hood started walking in the forest while joyously singing songs. I wonder why they call it bunny forest. I haven't seen any bunnies along the way. Little Red Riding Hood came to a road filled with flowers. There were all kinds of colored flowers. I shall pick some flower for my ill grandma. She'll be very pleased. While Little Red Riding Hood was picking up the flower, she did not realize that she was drifting away from her path. At the moment, he heard a sound came from the bushes. Suddenly, a big bad wolf approached in front of her. Little Red Riding Hood was so scared that when she saw the big bad wolf in front of her eyes and dropped the basket that she was carried. The wolf jumped closer to her and collected the cookies that she was dropped from the basket and gave them back to Little Red Riding Hood. Little Red Riding Hood was amazed by an unexpected gesture from the wolf. Thank you. Where are you heading, little girl? To my grandmother's house, the yellow house at the end of this forest. She is not feeling well, so I'm bringing her cookies for her. Oh, really? By the way, you can call me Little Red Riding Hood like everybody else does. I let you know that your grandmother knows that you're on your way, so that you can continue picking up your beautiful flower. Suddenly, she heard a gunshot approaching by hunter rifle and ran as fast as he could. Little Red Riding Hood looked for a moment and started crying, realized that she was drifting away from her path. Hearing her crying, the hunter approached and came next to her. What are you doing alone here, little girl? It's very dangerous around here. I'm also looking for a big bad wolf whom I've been hunting for a very long time. Little Red Riding Hood was very ashamed because she did not listen to her mother and left the road at the bunny forest, so she couldn't tell the hunter that she had met the wolf. Well, I was bringing cookies to my grandma living in the forest and I got lost. Let me bring you to your grandmother's home then. They started to walk by together, and right then, the wolf took a shortcut and quickly made it to the grandmother's house. Then, he knocked on the door. Her grandmother yelled from inside. Who is it? The wolf changing his voice. It's me, Grandma, Little Red Riding Hood. I brought you cookies and a healthy heart from the wood. The door is open, my dear. You can come in. The wolf smirked and stormed into the open door. When a while later, Little Red Riding Hood arrived at the grandmother's house. Go, little girl, go next to your grandmother as soon as possible. Little Red Riding Hood knocked on the door. Her grandmother yelled from inside. Who is it? Hi, it's me, Grandma, Little Red Riding Hood. The door is open, my darling. You can come in. Little Red Riding Hood hesitated for a moment because the sound she heard did sound a little different than her grandmother. Then she remembered that her grandmother was ill. The grandmother probably sounds like that because she is ill. Little Red Riding Hood went in. The big bad wolf was there. was dressed by grandmother's clothes with her nightcap and her glasses, was laying in the bed. He also closed the drape so that it became dark inside. Thank you, darling, for all your trouble getting here. Get all the way to bring me food. Come next to me so I can give you a hug. Come next to me. Come on, darling. Come closer. Little Red Riding Hood left the basket on the floor, but she did not get too close to the bed because her grandmother looked different. Why are your arms so long, Grandma? So that I can hug you better. Why are your ears so big? So that I can hear you better. But why are your eyes so huge? So that I can see you better. But why are your teeth so sharp, Grandmother? So that I can eat you better. The wolf jumped up of the bed and judged Little Red Riding Hood. Help! Help me! Little Red Riding Hood then realized that it wasn't her grandmother who was laying in the bed, but instead the big bad wolf. Little Red Riding Hood screamed, Help! Help! Help me! The hunter heard Little Red Riding Hood scream and ran straight to the house and stormed into the open door and cuffed the wolf immediately. I finally got you, big bad wolf. Now you're in my hand. Then the hunter cut the wolf's belly and rescued the grandmother. Thank you for saving us, Mr. Hunter. You're welcome, but promise me, little girl, but you'll never, ever forget what your mother asked of you. With a great appetite, grandmother ate all cookies Little Red Riding Hood brought for her, boiled the healthy herb to make a cup of tea, and instantly got well. Then Little Red Riding Hood go back to her house while singing merrily. The end.